Hi everyone, welcome back to the MoneyWise. My name is Benhar. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to this channel, I would request you to watch my previous videos and you'll get to know what things you can expect from this channel. So I live in Germany from more than 5 years now, and on this channel I would like to share my personal experience, topics on the topics related to finance, as related to topics related to investments. So in today's video, we'll talk about a value added tax. This is the tax which you pay day in day out. With that means whenever you go to a shopping, or whenever you go to a grocery market, supermarket, you pay certain amount of taxes indirectly. So this tax is not basically based on your income. This tax is not basically based on your marital status. So this is the tax which you pay on anything which you buy, or any goods or any services which you render. So this is not only in Germany, it is most of the countries have this value added tax or indirect taxes, and it is always good to know how much taxes you pay on your buying as a consumer, which is good to know. And that's the aim for this today's video, to make you aware what things what how the system looks like for value added taxes. So this is a basic video where you at least have some idea where what percentage you pay on certain goods and services. So I hope you watch this video till end and learn something new. So let's get started. So let's get started. VAT, which is known as a value added taxes, that means taxes on goods and services. In some countries, it is also known as indirect taxes. That means your tax is not, the value added tax is not based on your income. And if you're living in Germany, or if you know about income tax rates in Germany, that is basically based on your income, that is also based on your marital status. However, this value added tax is not based on these two factors, which you will get to know in further slides. So standard VAT rate in Germany is 19%. This rate applies to most goods and services, including, for example, goods which is electronics, clothing, furniture, professional services like consulting and legal advices. Yes, you also have charges on your legal advices or consulting services which you render in Germany. Essentially, if a product or services does not fall under the reduced rate of an exemption, it is subject to a standard rate. Pretty straightforward. This is the straightforward 19% of rate on your goods or the services what you render in Germany. Moving further, the second variation in this value added tax rate is a reduced value rate, will reduced VAT rate. So in addition to standard rate, Germany also applies a reduced VAT rate of 7% to certain essential goods and services. In Germany, VAT is 19% on most goods and services. It's called Umsatzsteuer or Mehrwertsteuer. So that means there are also possibilities there you'll have a certain goods and services which could be a basic in nature, where you will be charged 7% instead of 19%. Just for an example, if you have gone to the supermarket, there you would have noticed there are a couple of varieties of milk in Germany. Like for example, a milk made out of soya, milk made out of uh, oats, milk made out of almonds. So these are the non-essential goods where the VAT rate possibility you will be charged for as a 19% and not, whereas if you buy a normal milk, there your VAT rate will be a 7% of your goods, what the milk what you purchased. So far there are two variations: standard rate and reduced rate. Reduced rate is 7%, and remember, standard rate is 19%. Moving further, I have separated for an example what could fall under 19% rate and 7% rate. So under 19%, for example, electronic books, audiobooks, newspaper, periodicals, shoes, leather goods, restaurants, eating outside, dining outside, and admissions to amusement parks, pharmaceutical products. There are also a variation to pharmaceutical products. If the product is basic in the nature, then you will be possibly charged as a 7% and not the 19%. That also depends on the product to product. And basically 7% For example, things fall under 7% rate is books, newspapers, social services, takeaway food, some foods and beverages, like for example, a milk, normal milk, and hotel stays. These are some basic examples. We don't have to remember, but it is good to know what falls under 19% and what falls under 7%. And I have also enclosed, or like we will move as we move forward, you'll get to know the real life examples where the value added tax was charged at 19% and where it was charged as a 7%. So in case if you wanted to find out more on this topic, I have given the sources, these websites. There you can browse and can find more information on this topic. Move further. Let's move further. So these are some examples which I have collected from a real life example of on clothing shopping. This is a bill, one of the bill company, and these are the more three items: 59, 59, 129. What I want you to notice here is the VAT rate applied on this. So this is a standard rate which is 19%. That means excluding this 19%, the bill was around 209.33 cents. However, when you apply the 19% of tax, which is additionally for around 40 euros that you will be paying on your buying of 209 clothing. So it's a pretty simple calculation basic. Of course, the idea is here to make again you aware and so that you are well aware as a consumer. So if you see basically 209, 19% comes to 40 euros and the total bill comes to 249 euros point 10 cents. And this is one of the example which I thought to share with you and to make you aware. So this is from the restaurant, one of the restaurant which I've been, and also if you notice, this is a 19% of value added tax which was applied. Interestingly to know, you might be wondering what is this alphabet A, and also you will come to know if you see, you will notice here as well alphabet A. That is most of the time this alphabet A represented as a standard rate code, like 19% is a standard rate and for code for that 19% is alphabet A. So on a bill of 43, I paid almost 7 euros as a value added tax, and where the total became 43.20 euros as a total bill out of 6.90 euros is the value added tax which I paid to the government. So that's also something which I mostly wanted to share, and this took a little longer for me to understand all this. What is this alphabet stands for? What is this rate? Why am I paying something extra? Or how the calculation looks like? So that took a little longer and thought of to share with you. If you are living already in Germany, it's good to know always that what you're paying for. So let's take the example moving further of a grocery store. This is one of the supermarket, Rewe, and these are some articles or the goods what I purchased, and these are the amount of like 1.16, 1.99, and so on and so forth. However, here also, if you see, this is B, which means a reducing rate, which means a 7% of value added tax was charged on banana. That is a basic commodity or basic goods which I purchased. And for this basic good, it was charged 7% as a value added tax. And if you notice this half a milk, this was a half a drink. Half a drink is a half a milk, which means oat milk here. So that was for around 0.95 cents, and this was doesn't fall under uh, standard rate. It falls under the it falls under the standard rate, which means not a 19%. It will be charged, you will be charged 19% of value added tax. It is a not a basic good because this is a half a drink, which means oat milk, and that doesn't fall as a basic good. It falls under the non-basic good, where you will be charged for 19% of value added tax. So that's how the indications are in a decoded, like alphabet A, alphabet B. And what I want to notice you here is these two categories here. If you see the this area, this talks about how much tax they were up, they were how many uh, tax it was applied on category A, which means standard rate 19%, and category B, which is a reducing rate. And this was the total 3.56 and 15.220 euros, which is without including the taxes. And this was what taxes amount what you paid, and the total bill amount comes to 20.50 euros. So that means you paid 1.74 of taxes on goods what you bought for 18.76 euros. Same calculation I applied, just I have made it separately how the calculations look for category A and category B. Category A falls under 19% and you paid almost 0.68 euro. For category B, where the value added tax was charged 7%, and where you had paid almost 1 euro for your value added tax on your total grocery shops. So that's how the grocery things what you can notice out of this grocery bill. And yeah, that's one of the example. And moving further, I took an example of electronic goods. So recently I bought a Google Pixel, and this is the Rechnung. Rechnung is a bill. Actually, in German, it's called Rechnung. So here, the detail of a value added tax is given. That is a standard rate, which is 19%. So the total commodity, the phone price was 400 euro, 415 euros, whereas I paid almost 79 euros as a value added tax. And that was the basic calculations here, where you take a basic commodity or the phone number, a phone, sorry, phone amount, which is 415, and you apply the 19% of tax. There comes 79 as your value added tax. The total bill becomes 494 euros. So that's where some couple of examples from my side, so that I thought to make you aware, so that you know something new and learn. So next time when you go into supermarket, or next time when you go to buy electronic goods, there you can try and identify how much the value added tax you paid and how much was your actual goods was costing, or the phone was costing, or any goods were costing, and what services, if there were any services, how much value added taxes you paid on this total bills. That was the aim for this video. Thank you for watching. So I hope you watch the video till end and learn something new. So that's how the basic value added tax system works in Germany. And now you are aware how much taxes you pay on your groceries, or how much taxes you pay on your shopping. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in the next videos. Thank you.